make sure. I think this time, after the restart, it was just me being a dumbass. I think I forgot to turn the microphone back on. But let's double check to verify, just to be on the safe side. All right, here we go. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? We can. All right, we're live. Welcome, welcome one and all. Sorry for the very chaotic start to the sprint review. Only took us 10 minutes to get going, but we got here in the end. Right, sprint 5 finished. And as usual, I have no idea how long any of my work is actually going to take me. I think partially because a lot of this is me doing new content creation I've never tried doing before. So I genuinely don't know how long these things will or should take. But we're getting there. We're learning over time. Now, in terms of the sprint review, let's have a little look-see at what we've got so far. So as you might see here, I have added an outline to Mural, so hopefully making your lives easier should you want to navigate around. You got the idea box, the product goal, of course, the first own public course run enabled by 10,000 or more views of blogs and videos, and running it requires at least 4 more paying students. We are up to our first paying student. We are very, very happy about that. It's going well. And in terms of the protocol progress, we are 3.7% on our way. Okay, so that's further behind than we would like it to be, but it's getting there, and it seems to be increasing more and more over time. So hopefully over time we get exponential progress, which means we'll actually get to the protocol sooner rather than later. That's the idea, at least. The sprint goal for this sprint was as much as, oh, that's the sprint backlog, which I've emptied now in preparation for the next sprint. The sprint goal for this sprint was focusing on creating an improved customer journey for my public training courses. I had a little look at them and I figured we seem to be getting quite a few people getting to the websites and even getting to the training page, but not a lot of click-throughs. And of course, if they don't click through, or at least they don't take it further, well, then they can't purchase it, right? So that's what I wanted to fix. And I believe that improving that value case, making clear on why they would like to book it, what is involved in it, would improve that. And I aim to improve it by double, so it should really be increased by 100%, but I put 200% or more. Now, luckily, we improved it by over 300%. I think it was about 350% or so, if my brain works correctly, which, to be fair, it rarely does. But it was 0.33 average daily views on a specific training course, and it's up now to 1.18 average daily views on training courses, which is honestly pretty fantastic. And funnily enough, most of this happened without me actually releasing anything new. That appeared to happen by me changing, or rather realizing, that I was putting content out there, but I wasn't actually talking about the fact that I'm selling these courses, right? I was putting stuff out there, blog posts and my visuals, but I forgot to actually mention that, hey, I'm doing these training courses. You might want to book a seat on them, right? So I just focus on talking more about that. I've also had some time to do a bit more reading about kind of sales and marketing, and trying to switch my own mindset around how to approach that. Because if you know me, you know I've always said, and I keep saying, that I hate sales. I hate marketing. It's really, it doesn't feel right to me. And I've had to switch my mindset around that and think instead of, okay, well, what am I excited to buy myself, and why am I excited to buy things? Because there are things that I am excited about. And shout out here to Lisa Slater, who wrote a wonderful book that I read, which helped it kind of click for me, which is, think about the fact that the people who book my courses want this thing, right? That's why they bought it. They were interested in it. They wanted to hear about it. And when they heard about it, they were delighted to be able to book it to join the course. And then tailor my sales and marketing towards that. And don't think about, oh, I'm terribly sorry to inconvenience you with the fact that I've got this thing I want you to join and get value from. But think of it instead of, okay, this is this amazing, valuable thing that can help you solve problems. Why don't you get some of it right now? Because it's so amazing and it's going to make your life better. And hopefully you will continue seeing any change in how I approach my marketing and how I approach my content going forward as well, with that kind of slant on it. Because actually, yeah, that is a good thing to think about and envision it through. As for the outcomes other than achieving the sprint goal, three major things kind of happened. One was me having a little look at my marketing strategy. And I did actually put something together. I realized that I was kind of doing stuff ad hoc. I wasn't really thinking it through. And also, I was really bad at communicating things ahead of time. Like even the sprint review, I'm really bad at communicating ahead of time. And I want to be able to, one, hold myself more accountable to it. And two, well, predictability is a powerful thing, not just in our product development, right? But in our everyone's eyes, right? We've all got so much stuff going on that we want things to happen at a certain time so that we can work our lives around it. If my reviews or my releases are too ad hoc, well, chances are no one will ever see them, or at least not as many people will see them because they don't know when to expect it, right? They don't know when they could expect to see some new amazing content from myself drop on the market. So that's what I wanted to fix. And I put together this kind of 2-weekly cadence of what I'm hoping to do. So I'm hoping to do some kind of how-tos with either tools or templates, or just a quick description of how to go about something on the kind of first Monday of that cycle. Then I want to plug one of my events. So the sprint planning, sprint review, all of the above. Then I want to be plugging my Scrum Master courses on that Wednesday. Then I want to have my Thankful Fridays, as I call them, where I actually uplift others around me that have helped me out or that I think deserve a nice little, thumbs up for whatever reason. The next week, a WTF which is going to be about, what is this thing, right? A concept that we use in the kind of work I teach about and deliver, and to help explain to others. Things like little slow, perhaps, what is a whip limit, things that perhaps I take for granted, or lingo or buzzwords that exist in the community and the environment, and just explain them, maybe even provide a little visual to highlight them. But nothing as intricate as my actual visuals that I hope people can kind of print and use and even put on their walls or show with teams as part of learning. Another Scrum event plug. Then plug the product owner courses I have. Another little plug to remind people that, hey, guess what? It's probably going to be an event on this day. Feel free to join. Might cut that down to 2 and have one on the Thursday. And one, in fact, I think I did that on my other one. So I might move that to Thursday, Tuesday instead and have it just twice every 2 weeks. So there's not too much stuff happening. I don't want to be flooding people's feed with just noise. And then the Fridays to a visuals and blogs. So this is where any blog posts I've written, any visuals I've done, I will release those over time. I will also, of course, be re-releasing things for people who might have joined after I posted one. So I'm going to try and have maybe a quarterly cadence or so where I re-release certain things and just start baking that in so that one, I don't stress myself out by working all the hours every day, all day, but also making sure that useful stuff that I have made before is visible to perhaps those who haven't seen it yet. That's the idea, at least. So, quick breath, then onwards to this one, the training journey. So, what I was hoping to do with the trainee journey was improve it. I had a little look at it, and what I found was it just involved a lot of clicks. And as some of you might know, I've got a background in process optimization, so of course I did a flowchart. I can't help myself, a stream, kind of a value stream map. And I kind of looked at it from a value add, non-value add, and just decision-making points and what might cause people to make certain decisions at certain parts of the journey and how they tie in together. And one of the things I realized, for example, is on YouTube, when I was talking about stuff, I was sending them just to the main website. But if I'm trying to get them to be more interested in my blog posts or my training, I should make sure I change that link to that, right? Or maybe provide several links so they can go directly to something else. My checkout, I want to look at that. So the blobs in red are things that I still want to look at and continue improving. So this is not done. I did the main thing I want to do, which was improve the PSPO booking journey and make it clear why it's valuable, focus on kind of the value case of it, to hopefully drive people to book something. And I also realized I might need to refresh a few things on the website, but as you might know from earlier, I'm terrible at web design and web maintenance. It's really not something I enjoy, and I'm very bad at it. So I'm going to try not to procrastinate on it because it's important, but I'm also very much not looking forward to doing it. So what did I do then? Well, I primarily did this video, the PSPO experience with myself. The reason I did it with Oscar is because maybe in the future I'll be fortunate enough to have so much stuff coming at my way that I'll have other trainers working with me. I have a wonderful network of trainers that I sometimes deliver work on behalf of. The dream is to get to a point where I have enough work coming in that they might be delivering some work on my behalf. And that way we can help each other through potential highs and lows and deliver an excellent service with people that I trust to do good work. And then I'd probably want them to create their own little videos to explain, hey, this course is not delivered by myself perhaps, but by another amazing trainer, and what's special and specific about them, and what do they do when they deliver their courses. I then added these videos to the course overview page, if you just want to know about one, if you haven't looked at a scheduled one yet. And for the actual scheduled course, I've added one as well. I really wish I could improve the formatting there. That is my lack of understanding around how to work with WooCommerce. And one day when I can justify paying a web studio to do this for me, I will ask them to make that extra pretty. The next step will be improving the training landing page and perhaps tweaking some of the language on the website in general. So it makes the problem statement on why you would want to do this and why it's useful to you a bit better. And again, continue improving the language and journey around it. It's a little bit I, me, my, we on the website, and I want to make it more customer focused, a bit more customer centric. And that is really it. If there's any feedback, any thoughts on this at all, do let me know. I would love to hear what you think. If you have it either in live right now, or if you're watching this later on, feel free to leave a comment. It should be possible. Or reach out to me, of course, via my website or LinkedIn or anything at all. And I'll be happy to hear what you've got to say. You, of course, have this feedback field in Mural as well as the idea box, where you can add any and all ideas about stuff you'd like for me to work on in general. And you can even add your name if you want, so I can identify who you are and reach out to you for further conversation down the line. And if I end up creating something that you suggested, I will actually attribute you in the credits as part of that, because I like to give, kudos where they should be. As for Sprint 6, if we look ahead a little bit, it's gonna be a pretty crammed one. I'm starting Sprint 6 tomorrow, Friday the 3rd, finishing February 15th, because I'm taking 2 days off to spend with my dearest wife. It's her birthday on the 18th, so we're going to try and go away somewhere and just have some nice time off and not do work for once. I'm also delivering 2 training courses, a 2-day training here and a 1-day training right there, which means I need to do some prep. Luckily, that one is one of my kind of, what would you call it? I can pull that one out of my back pocket very, very simply, so it's not too much prep. This one is bespoke, so I need to do a lot of work for that. But it shouldn't be too bad. It's basic material, but it still needs to be put together and made as nice as possible for that client. I don't like to deliver bad work after all. And that effectively leaves me with 4 and a bit days of kind of delivery, of creation. Which is gonna be tricky. And I also want to make sure that I can continue during these 3 days to do the marketing, right? The idea is to try and make sure that I can do these ones right here. The how-to, the Scrum event plug, and the course plug, whilst I'm actually delivering training and learning how to schedule that on LinkedIn, which is going to be something new for me. Not something I've done before. Should be very exciting. And hopefully open up more doors on what I can deliver, and hopefully the kind of presence and scope of what I'm able to do. And that's really it. That's what we've got. Other than that, the next sprint is going to be from tomorrow till the 15th, as mentioned. The timings for the 15th are slightly different. And if you want to look at our metrics, they are right here, updated as of today, 1 hour ago. And things are trending in the right direction, which is very, very exciting. The next thing I'm going to add to the metrics, I know I've mentioned before, is I'm going to add a kind of return on investment graph with some, not fake numbers, they are real numbers. Kind of. I don't rent an office, but I want to spoof it as if I had an office space, if I had these other external costs, what would I be doing now? Would what I'm doing now be sufficient to break even or make profit? That's the idea. This is an experiment after all. And that's really it. I'm umming a lot. I do apologize. Yeah, that's really it. I think what I'm going to work on over the next sprint is preparing for the next few trainings, look at the Scrum Master journey as well and the website a little bit, and create some visuals and marketing material. I say marketing material. Marketing material is actually useful stuff. It's going to be how-tos, visuals, what is this, lingo busting. So really, I want to create valuable content. It doubles as marketing, sure, but the intent behind it is actually to give something back to the community. I've been reading too much marketing material. And that's it. Sorry for the rocky start. If there's any feedback, any thoughts at all, let me know. I'm going to shut my mouth for 3 minutes. And if there's nothing else, we'll crack on from there. All right. Doesn't seem to be anything. So, in that case, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. And I'll thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the 15th for another sprint review. And if you want to, I'm doing sprint planning as well tomorrow morning. Again, I've not communicated well. Something to improve on, right? One of the main reasons for this marketing, this communication, shall we call it? Communication plan is a better word, actually. This communication plan to exist. And hopefully I can improve so that in the future you will have an easier time of joining and watching this content live. And that's it. Thank you very much. Look after yourself.